How's it going, YouTubers? Electron Man. Well, going through my garage sales for the week, and I pulled this little Eico regulated power supply and thought I'd see if it worked. When we were at the sale, I kind of just plugged it in and it didn't light up, but the meter bounced up. So I thought, hey, I think I gave $2 for this, so I'm not a whole lot. So if I can't get it working, no real loss. But anyway, I went ahead and plugged it in, and here's what I got so far. It just pegs the meter, which is not a good sign. And then I go over to 30 volts, and then it just goes haywire and goes up to. It doesn't peg it, but so I don't know if I got a bad cap in there or what, but we definitely it's not happy right now. At least it's not it didn't blow a fuse and it didn't puff any magic smoke out, so that's a good sign. I really like it. It's kind of a retro for sure. I like the big old meter on it. Kind of a neat little item. So Eico, I think is what I think that's how they pronounce it. Eico. Eico? Yeah, I think that's how I said Echo, but I think it's Eico. EICO. But anyway, this is a model 1020. Well, we're gonna go ahead and pull the screws on it. It's a little power supply. It can't be very complicated. Should be a pretty easy fix for me if I can get the parts for it. Anyway, let me go ahead and stop this video, and I'll get the camera turned around here, and we'll go ahead and open it up and just kind of do some initial testing and see what we got. Okay, guys, I got the case all off of it, and the inside looks pretty clean. Don't see any burned components first initial inspection here. Definitely has some old caps here. Ooh. We got a 500 microfarad 50 volt here, and a couple. What are these? 300. Well, I tell you, you're gonna have 300 is gonna be hard to come. You're gonna find I mean. Those are odd. These older stuff, it has these like straight numbers, and these days when you buy it, it'll be 0.47 or 320. But anyway, I can go over to my guy and get those. But those probably definitely need replacing. Did a little research on it, offline or online, and this was made like I think they said from 1975 or 1970 to 75. Definitely 40 to 50 years old. Definitely in the vintage, I guess you could say. But anyway, let's go ahead and as I showed you before, when I turn it on, it doesn't regulate the power. It just goes straight up to pegs the meter on both the 6 volt and the 30 volt. Let me go ahead and just do some. We'll do some initial simple testing here first, just to start things out. Kind of see if I can get a feel for what's going on before I even plug it in. Go ahead and hook the ground here, and I mean, there's some simple stuff we can check here with. Let's do the bridge rectifier, which looks like it's a couple standard diodes is all it is. Yeah, that diode tests good. Good. Okay, so the diodes are good. Let's go ahead and check the resistors here real quick. Now, it's not going to be accurate, but I'm just really looking for like an open resistor right now. You'd have to take it out of circuit to get an exact, but that should be a 100 ohm. Yeah, close enough. That resistor's checking out. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of components in this, so it should be a pretty easy fix. Let's see what we got here. Move that over here. Yeah, it's a little high, but it should be 100 ohm, and it's showing 112 ohms. Plus for 5%, though, that still shows as being a good resistor. And it's in circuit, so that could affect it too. Oh, that resistor's testing good. That resistor's testing good. Okay. Huh. How's these transistors here? Let's see. How should we do that? We'll connect it to the base. Yeah, these two here are, these are what, PMPs, I'm sure. Yeah, these would be PMPs. They're using, they're in linear for regulating. Yeah, that looks good. That transistor's good. I'm not sure in the circuit though. This is showing a little high, but that could be because of the way it's in the circuit. I have to pull it to. It's not shorted though. That's good. Okay, so we're down to. I wouldn't think caps would do that though. The way it just pegging out the meter, I would think caps would go to short and not. Well, let's just plug it in and see. Plug it in and see. I mean, it's showing it's pegging the meter out, but let me see what I've got as far as actual output on this thing. Plug it in. Turn it on. Oh, I must have it. Okay. How's like it ain't coming on and on now? Yeah, I didn't have it plugged in good. Okay, what is it doing on the 30 volt here? Get over here to voltage. Should be DC, so okay, on the 30 volt with at minimum it's showing 40 volts basically. It is 40 volts DC, which is a good thing, so that tells me it is the rectifiers are working, because it's not AC. It's definitely, it's not doing. Okay, well that's interesting. Yeah, the potentiometer is not doing anything. It's just popping out 40 volts. What does it do on the 6 volt switch? Same thing. Interesting. Okay, so it's pumping out like 42 volts on both 6 volt and 12 volt. Is that switch defective? Let me, guys, when you're in this stuff too, a lot of this stuff is this is not tube, but still, it's not grounded like the stuff of today is, so you really want to unplug it when you start putting your hands in here. But did I check that resistor? Maybe that's the defective resistor. It's like it's got something open that's not letting the let it draw the voltage down. And then from the way it looks, this is basically resistors and a potential meter is the way it's regulating voltage. So it could just be well, it's putting out 40 volts, so it can't be an open resistor. Interesting. Yeah, maybe it's something with the potential meter. Let me see if I can get in here and get on the lugs of the potential meter and well, wait a second here. What do we got here? You see this, guys? I got a wire that's hanging here. Well, that should be connected to something. Well, that's definitely so that's, and it's off the potential meter, which would make sense because that's what's regulating your voltage. Yeah, and it's on the control side. Yeah, that's your, I bet you that's your problem right here. I was thinking, man, so far everything I tested, I mean, they ain't got a whole lot of components, and the capacitor being shorted would have probably popped a fuse. So I think we got her here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but we got a yellow wire that's loose here, and it looks like it went to this positive terminal on the terminal connections on the front, which would make sense because that's your regulated power. Why did that come off? Oh, I see. It's because that terminal, somebody tightened it. When they tightened it, it's turning the internal too, and it just broke that wire on. Okay, well, let me see if I can get a wrench here and tighten that up a little bit so it doesn't do that again. And let me get the soldering iron going and solder that wire on, and let's see what we got going on here. Okay, guys, I got the wire resoldered. As you can see right here, that was the wire that was loose, and I actually went in here and cleaned up and resoldered some other ones. They just were like folded over one layer, and it's almost like this is a kit and somebody didn't take their time and really secure the connections. But anyway, I went ahead through and cleaned them up and soldered them all. Went ahead and unsoldered these caps and checked them, and I'm wondering if these two caps here haven't been replaced because they're testing good. Not sure the quality of them, but they're definitely good. This one here is way out. This 500 microfarad 50 volter, it needs to be replaced. It's testing at about 175 microfarad, almost 200 microfarad. So it's definitely on its way out. I don't have one. I also had another one here. I had a little 50 UF cap here that also was bad, but I had one of those. Well, I actually had a .47, close enough to 50 volter that I could replace. I went in and replaced that one cap there. Kind of went through here and resoldered everything. I'll go ahead and clean that potentiometer before I fire her up again. But I think that's everything. I pretty much tested everything. I need to go through and still cut a few more of these. Like I said, it's almost like this was a kit, because I would think the factory would have done a better job of like cleaning these, clipping these clean. I found a couple that were like 1.5 inches long. Like they were putting it together and just stopped in the middle of it. And then, like I said, you had these crimp overs, and you can see I've soldered them now, but they were just loose in there. Or I mean, they could wiggle around. They really didn't have good connection. But anyway, I have high hopes that that solved it. Transistors did check out good. Resistors checked out good. Like I said, really the only other part I see really needs urgent repair or replacement would be this. It's not shorted, so I can go ahead and test with it, but it's definitely way out of spec. I need to get that, and I can go over to my local electronic supply and pick one of those up. It won't be near that big, but anyway, we'll go and pick one of them up. But well, let's go ahead and just set her down here, and while I still got her open. And I'm debating, do I put it all back together, or do I wait and get the final cap before I finish the video? Really, it's just a cap, so maybe we'll just go ahead and, well, I'm getting ahead of myself already, thinking I've got it fixed, and who knows, maybe now that I've done this thing's going to let out the magic smoke. But anyway, where's my other cable here? Let me go ahead and get hooked up here. See if I can get this. Yeah, boy, that's going to be an awkward place. Can I? When you know it. Let's see here if I can just pinch it in there. There we go. I just want to be able to watch my bench meter here and see what we're going to do as far as voltage when I fire her up. Okay, well, let's plug her in. Fire it off. Okay, well, plugging it in, no magic smoke. That's a good sign. Let's go ahead and go to the 6 volt range, and let's see. Before I worked on it, repaired it, it would, if I turn it on, it's just going to peg that meter. So if it doesn't peg that meter, that's a good sign. Hey, look at that. Hey, I haven't even cleaned the potentiometer yet. And let's see here. Let's set this to, what would that be, 3 volts there? Yeah, I see that little bit of pulsating there. I bet you that's that cap. But we're showing about 4 volts on my meter, so we're not. I wonder how you'd calibrate that. Have to look and see, but it's a little bit off on the meter there. Let's see. Let's go ahead. What it does it. 5, 6. Yeah, it's not reading real accurate on the, well, could just be a dirty switch. You know, I think that might just be a dirty switch, because now it's showing right at 2 volts. Yeah, it's still showing about a volt high. And then let's go over, well, we were playing with that. Let's go over to 30 volts. And what should that be, about 5 volts, 4 volts? Put it right on 5 volts. Wow, that's really good. Look, 5.12 volts, and it's showing 5 volts in the meter. Interesting. So the 6 volt is showing a little bit out of calibration, but the 30 volt is showing accurate. Or there it is. Anyway, let's go up to, see, we'll go up to 15 volts. Yeah, still pretty accurate. To 25 volts. Yeah. 30 volts. And it maxes out to 42. See, that's why I was getting that 40 or 42, because it was just, like I said, it was like the variable potentiometer wasn't working. It was, because it was loose. It wasn't controlling the voltage to the voltage regulators. It was just feeding it straight through without it going through the potentiometer and looping around and going through the resistors. That makes sense. Okay, well, cool. We're fixed. I would like to see if I could calibrate that. I'll go ahead and clean that for a little bit. I don't know if there's any way to calibrate that meter or not. And it looks like it's got a, sure enough, it's got one of the neon, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's got that neon bulb in there. It's one of them 120 volt neon bulbs as far as lighting. A lot of this old equipment will do that. So it's actually the power indicators on the AC side. Oh, I have to see if I could find a 120 volt incandescent light that size if I want to get it back to 100%. When I'm over there to parts store, I'll see what he's got as far as that, if he's got something to do that. But anyway, hey, check it out, guys. She's fixed. Is this what it's supposed to? Go to 6 volt and yeah, I think you're seeing that meter bounce. I bet you when I put a new cap in there, that'll stabilize out. But not bad, and really not even that. About a volt off on the low end. On the 6 volt side, that's showing about 4 volts, and it's showing 3 and 3.25 here. So it's about a volt low on that side. Of course, it's not drawing any current either, so that could be part of that calculation. I don't even know what the rated output on this would be. I'm guessing those regulators are probably rated for maybe 10 amps, so maybe, or like 80 watts, 90 watts. So you're probably looking at, it's probably good for between 3 and 5 amps. I don't know, I have to find it if I can find out it doesn't have any specs on what the maximum current is on it. But anyway, hey, it's fixed, guys. I think I'm going to go ahead and just wrap this video up. I don't think you really need to see me put the cap in. I mean, you see how it functions and everything. And like I said, I'll just go ahead and place that 500 microfarad 50 volt cap in it just to clean it up. Since that's the only one that shows, everything else tested good. I've already placed the other cap in it. Transformer's good. Hey, for $2 and maybe have max $5 in parts in it, I think that's a win. I'll go ahead and clean the front of this up and kind of bring you back whenever I got her cleaned up. Okay, guys, I got her cleaned up. Cleaned up the swipes, or the variable resistors or potentiometers, whatever you want to call them. All basically the same thing. And interesting thing was my voltage got more accurate once I cleaned out that pot, so that had a little bit to do with it. And anyway, we'll go ahead and power on one more time for you. Still got a little bit of ripple in there, and I guarantee it's that cap. But it stabilizes out really well. And actually, let me put it on 5 volts here now. Not bad. It's really showing about 6 volts. A little bit high, but not bad. And of course, you got the 30 side of things, and it's actually really pretty accurate on that side of things. Let's go ahead and go. Actually, if you were running CBs and stuff, I'd run it straight up and down on the 30 volt. Which gives you right at about 15.5 volts. Maybe a little high. Maybe you want to go down about right there. It should run on 15, but anyhow, I'm rambling on. But anyway, kind of just a little short video on a repair. That's even easier than I thought. I mean, I knew there wasn't going to be a whole lot in there. I figured maybe one of the transistors was bad or something like that. But other than a couple caps out of tolerance and a wire that had gotten broken off, that's all it took to get her back up. Poor thing's probably been sitting around for years broke because nobody took the time to go in there and inspect it and figure out what was going on. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this little repair. Anyway, have a great day, guys. This is Electron Man. Please, if you take a chance, subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.